I put my hand all the way through.
And that's just one of several gaps in a screened-in porch. Neighbors in Hartville say Honest Pay did not follow honest work. Customers of Russell Butts with Marshfield Landscaping and Fence say he took their money this spring and he never finished their projects.
Weeks passed with no luck of reaching the handyman, so they called Contact KY3. Here's Ashley Reynolds' investigation.
This is supposed to be a table?
Yeah, he was gonna put something across it, like a shelf table.
David Calloway says fine Ozark craftsmanship did not happen here.
Not even screwed in.
You can see sun rays in between these boards. Rain makes a mess.
So we had water in here all over the place.
This is a tale of two neighbors.
The steps is an accident waiting to happen.
Two neighbors who say they were wronged by the same guy at the same time.
He's a nice, friendly guy. I mean, I never thought anything about it, to be honest with you.
Mike Burris and his neighbor David Calloway hired Russell Butts with Marshfield Landscaping and Fence.
I gave him $1,000.
Burris wanted a new front porch.
I got back from the barn milking, and he already had the old one tore down and started on the new one. And I thought, well, he'll get this all wrapped up today. But things didn't quite happen that way.
Weeks passed, and he hired another crew to finish the job.
Wasn't even nailed and supported. Now, I didn't know that till they tore it down.
I would have liked to have a nice screened-in porch with stock doors, and that was my plan, and I got a chicken coop.
Calloway paid $2,700 up front.
He went to Disneyland with his kids without letting us know. So he was gone for a month, and we were wondering what was happening. So we finally got a hold of him, and he says, oh, yeah, we'll be over. Then his grandfather was in the hospital, and he needed more money. Calloway
gave Butts nearly $10,000.
And that's the last we saw him, after he did this.
And then when he called, you can't get no answer.
When you try to call him, is it disconnected?
No, it goes voicemail.
Contact KY3 called Russell Butts on Monday. He agreed to an on-camera interview on Tuesday.
We'll look for you at 1 o'clock, and just let me know if anything changes. It is 1:17, so let's give him a call. You're in Monette right now? Okay. We'll hope to see you soon.
I want him to stop doing it to other people, taking their money and leaving.
And Butts still hasn't shown up at KY3 Inc. He has a state business license, but he does not have one for the city of Marshfield. Marshfield Landscaping and Fence is not a member of the Home Builders Association. Always check reviews like the Better Business Bureau. For big projects, remember this, pay 1/3 up front, 1/3 in the middle, and then 1/3 when complete.
You just got in my house. I really didn't think it was going to work. This brings new meaning to that phrase. There is an app for that. Let's contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds. She was able to walk right into people's homes using her smartphone.
Yeah, it's a convenient way to make a copy of a key, but critics say it has the potential to invade your privacy. Ashley is showing you this technology so you can better protect your family and property.
Hello.
At KY3 Inc., we're family.
Interns are mandatory volunteers.
My coworkers are guinea pigs for the latest Contact KY3 experiment.
Hey, Catherine. Is this your house key by chance?
Yes, it is. It's an app called KeyMe.
She's not here.
No need to go to a store or call a locksmith. Take a photo and your duplicate is in the mail. It's a digital decoding device, not a trace cut used by locksmiths.
Your key was accepted. And I didn't have to show my ID or anything. Your keys will arrive in a non-descriptive package.
3 days later.
Looks like we got our keys. Maybe. Let's open it. All right. Moment of truth. Let's go check it out. I think this one's yours. We'll try it out.
Okay.
You ready to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got in my house. I really didn't think it was going to work. Wow.
That took all of 2 seconds.
Time for house 2.
I think we got a winner. I'm in. Jackpot.
I just took a few Cheez-Its on my lunch break.
It's just going to be kind of hot.
An intruder might take more.
They have full access to your house. That's frightening.
Time to head back to work.
No one would ever know.
What's the whole purpose of locks? Privacy and security, right? This right here deletes all of that. We have laws that we follow. What are they doing? What do they follow?
This is the locksmith business license in Springfield. Check out the required records clause. The customer must prove his identity prior to service.
One key can make a difference. And so we take every possible measure we can to protect people.
The KeyMe app is a duplication service, not a locksmith business. Same rules do not apply. Fly-by snapshots don't work.
Someone couldn't just walk right by you and have their phone out, sideways and take it. You had to be right over the key itself with a white background for it.
It took us a few minutes with each key to get the required shots. The KeyMe app can duplicate about 80% of keys. That includes homes, offices, mailboxes, and padlocks, but not vehicles. In a statement to KY3 News, KeyMe reps say, "We have never heard of a single criminal case involving keys we have copied," which isn't surprising given we require an Apple ID and Apple registered device to download our app and user verification, a valid credit card, and a USPS verified mailing address to order keys. All this data creates a digital paper trail, which can be easily used to identify anyone using our platform maliciously.
It's a great app for what it's intended for.
Consider different keys for a knob and deadbolt. Keep important documents in a safe.
They need to protect their keys like they try to do their cell phone and other personal property.
And I have a key to your house.
Well, thank you.
Because I want you to have it, not me.
That is so scary. It is so scary.
For Contact KY3, I'm Ashley Reynolds.
Well, you probably recall seeing this surveillance video. We showed it to you a few weeks ago. It's a local teacher dragging a 2-year-old boy and slamming him against the wall there. That former Nixa daycare worker is now charged with misdemeanor assault. And this type of case makes a lot of parents question just how safe is daycare.
Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds shows us what parents need to ask before ever deciding on a daycare.
It's just easier to stay home.
Samantha Reynolds wants to work, but first she needs to find a good daycare. She wants the best for her sons Jace and Lakin.
How they treat my children is big.
Deciding on the right care takes time and money.
I feel like they're all different. The more expensive, the better. And the cheapest, the worst, which is horrible because I'm looking for a cheap daycare. But I mean, what are you going to do with one income? There's not much you can do.
There are just a few resources.
I go to Facebook, pretty much.
The guidelines that Missouri has for child care providers is what I would call pretty minimum.
Before visiting daycares, do some homework. Experts like Safe Kids Springfield say view state guidelines and inspection reports online for licensed daycare facilities. These reports list violations and if problems were corrected. Religious daycare facilities are exempt. If you're considering a church-based child center, ask if it follows state guidelines. Child advocacy groups like Child Care Aware and Caring for Our Children have created their own databases.
We like to think of the state requirements as kind of the bare minimum. So when you see facilities that are really going above and beyond that, it's something that parents are going to want to know.
Some daycares in the Springfield area take the extra step of proving their standards of safety through a voluntary program with the Springfield Greene County Health Department. You can view which received a gold star on the health department's website. Use these tools and make a list of possible places. Go check them out.
Make sure they have an open door policy that you can come in as a parent anytime.
I always take the minute to look to see how am I going to get in that building.
Safety first. Is there a key card? Do visitors sign in? In case of an incident, is everyone being monitored?
We can pull it up on the camera, and that way we can tell the parents exactly what happened.
Child care advocates say Cox Learning Center is known for achieving a high standard in child care. All employees have child care education backgrounds. Everyone is CPR trained and uses the best sleep practices for babies, which exceeds what the state requires. At Cox, infants and toddlers cost the most for care, around $150 every week. Always ask what's included.
We do also supply all of the formula. We supply all the baby food, all the diapers, and the wipes for all the infants.
What's your favorite food here?
I like quesadillas.
If your kids are old enough to talk, ask them questions too.
I don't like naps.
You don't like naps?
I don't eat naps.
I have a really important question for you guys.
Okay.
Do you feel safe here?
Yes.
If something bad were to happen, what would you do?
We can just X for help.
2s and 3s on the right.
Licensed and accredited daycares tend to look a lot like schools.
I think what we're seeing is more of a transition from just playtime to a little bit more structured as well. So many of the facilities are really geared toward getting those kids ready for kindergarten.
I just don't want him to fall behind if I was to put him somewhere.
Know the offered activities, ask about field trips, hands-on learning, and limited TV time. Just because a center doesn't have a state license doesn't mean it's a bad place for your child. You can't judge solely on the cost of care alone.
I do believe that people out there are capable, whether they're licensed or not.
What's a reasonable price?
Anything less than my rent.
I want you to take a look at this graph. It's research from the Child Care Aware organization. A family with 2 young children living in the Midwest will spend more on child care than housing, college tuition, even food. Now, over on the contact page at KY3.com, we have a checklist for you. So when you go on a tour of a daycare facility, print this out so you have all your bases covered. For Contact KY3, I'm Ashley Reynolds.
A Monette woman calls it a trade show deal gone bad.
She's sharing her cautionary tale tonight with Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds in hopes it won't happen to you.
Well, as we all know, there are hundreds of trade shows every year in the Ozarks. These venues are a great one-stop shop for you to see plenty of businesses and their products. But Bonnie Neely says, buyer beware.
Putting one foot in front of the other can be difficult for Bonnie Neely.
How long have you had foot problems?
All my life.
High arches and hammer toes don't make for an easy stroll.
Well, if I can fix my feet, $1,000 would be cheap.
While attending the Spring Ag and Urban Fest at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, she was approached by Mike Wynn with Winstep Precision Orthotics.
He was high pressure. First place I told him, I said, I can't afford these. Oh, yes, you can. He said, you've got to buy these.
So she did, for $1,000 with a lifetime warranty.
These right here made my feet feel pretty good.
No problem with the first pair, but when it was time to wear her second pair of inserts...
Boy, you talk about hurt.
She was instructed to wear them for a short period of time each day.
No way. I didn't wear them 15 minutes. When I first time I called him, he told me he would order me some softer ones out of Germany. And I figured, well, maybe the softer ones would work better, but I never saw them.
That's when Neely says Wynn got cold feet.
He's a quack. He should not be out selling anything, particularly these inserts.
Contact KY3 discovered Mike Wynn has sold foot products at several events. In Topeka, Kansas, organizers say he paid in cash for a spot at the Ag Expo. Look at the business name. Winstep Orthotics. That's not the same company name on Neely's contract. Perfect Balance Orthotics, yet another company name with Mike Wynn's phone number, has an F rating with the BBB. The latest complaint shows the BBB was unable to reach him.
I have not been able to get a hold of anybody in Arkansas.
A disconnected Arkansas number and a P.O. box equals no leads.
You want a refund?
I would appreciate it, yeah.
And I got another number for Mike Wynn. I left a message yesterday, and now that number is no longer accepting my calls. Well, how can you prevent this? Well, there's an app for that. The BBB has an app where you can check out businesses on the go. Know this, different venues have different rules. Some shows don't allow businesses to sell products on the spot. You can get great discounts at trade shows, but as always, do your homework.
So if you're heading out for the holiday weekend or gearing up for a summer vacation, make sure your home is ready to be left unattended.
Contact KY3 tagged along with Nixa Police for a home security check. Ashley Reynolds shows you what thieves already know before you're gone.
I didn't see any lock on the fence. We were able to gain access.
It only takes a few seconds.
This is a little loose. You need to, in fact, you're missing a screw at the bottom there.
For a crook to ruin your vacation.
Looks like a computer room to me. I see a Tennessee license plate. I can see a closet. The closet's wide open.
Officer Brent Forgey studies robbers and knows their tricks.
The key is to educate the homeowners.
Contact KY3 got permission from homeowners so you can see these security checks. Before you leave, think like a burglar. Walk around your home.
Yep, pretty easy.
Create hurdles for heisters. Lock all gates.
That's designed for once that goes in there. to put a lock right here.
Criminals love French doors. Make sure yours are sound.
Thieves would mostly kick in a door or lay a shoulder into it. You know, the grills now are pretty expensive. A lot of them have stainless steel type hardware on them. And the people are getting those stolen because they just don't put them up. You can put them up in the garage before you leave. I like that the bushes and shrubs are trimmed below the window line. That's very important.
Overgrown bushes are bandit bait.
And being a corner, and if this were up to cover me, I could start working on the screen or the window or anything and try to gain access.
Move that home security sign where everyone can see it. Lovely landscape means attention to detail. Have someone mow your lawn, water the plants, and grab the mail.
If they look and observe that and they see it there the next day or maybe the third day, then they're going to look a little heavier, maybe even start walking around the home.
Consider a smart key for your house sitter.
Maybe you decide, I don't want to give them my normal key that we use. I'm going to switch it to a different key and then switch it back when I get home.
Swindlers tend to shy away from our best friends with 4 legs.
Oh, you've got noisemakers. All right, I like that.
For Contact KY3, I'm Ashley Reynolds.
Cute noisemakers, too. Protect your home while you're away by not posting your whereabouts on social media. Crooks will track your status updates. Just post your vacation photos when you get back.